What's going on, Core family? Hope you guys are all doing incredible today. Today we are talking about nutrition, and nutrition is queen. And the queen rules the house, not the king. Let's be serious. Nutrition is queen, exercise is king. Now, nutrition is basically like the 80%, and the exercise is the 20%. That's what we're talking about. All right. Now we're getting into some real baseline stuff today, and I wanted to actually go through and go through serving sizes today, also food tracking, and then talking about basically how to put cheat meals or bonus meals is what we call them into your nutrition plan to still be successful without being perfect. People think that you need to be perfect with your nutrition to get the results that you're looking for, and that is not the case whatsoever. It needs to be planned, it needs to be precise, but it doesn't need to be perfect. So that's what we're going to go into today. So first things first, if you don't have these resources or you'd like these resources, you can actually head over to our free website that you can get into, literally no strings attached. Just go to movingforwardwny.com. That's movingforwardwny.com, and you can actually get into our Moving Forward program. It has this stuff in here. You can download it, follow along, use it, and again, benefit from it during this time. I'm just going to show you guys what that's going to look like. Now, this is actually our Core VIP membership website for all of our VIP members here. You're going to find this inside the free website. You're going to find the Moving Forward material, okay? And then it's going to be directly right in there for you. But for the VIPs, just to show you guys where this is at, it's right here under Core Nutrition. You're going to find bonus meals. Looks like that. You're going to find the food tracker, and of course, where we are starting, which is serving sizes. So we're going to delve right into it here. I'm going to dig in deep. So let's go. But we're going to keep this nice and light though, man. Serving size is very, it's about simplicity. You know, we use the eyeball method here because, again, you can use, quarter cup and you can use half cup and so on and so forth. But we like to really just make it as simple as possible so you can have that eyeball look. As you're going through life, you can see and visualize, ooh, that's about this. That's about a quarter cup. That's about a half a cup. That's about X amount of ounces, whatever it may be. So this doesn't take too much description to go through here, but more or less we're talking one serving size. If it's a quarter cup, we're talking about the size of a golf ball. If we're talking about the serving size that's a half a cup, we're talking about that old school mouse. Some of you may not even know what that even looks like, but look it up on Google. You'll find it right there. All right. Now, if we're talking about, say, like a meat portion, for example, say like grains are generally going to be recommended a half cup or whatever. But if we're looking for, say, meat servings, we're looking for roughly 3 ounces. It's about the size of a deck of cards. And then about 1 cup, if we're talking about, say, vegetables or whatever, is about the size of a baseball right here. Now, these servings are based upon the way that we practice here, servings for the ladies, okay? Servings for the ladies here. Now, gentlemen, all we're going to be doing for this is we're just going to be adding 25% to all these different serving sizes here for us, okay? So basically a cup becomes a cup and a quarter, all right? 3 ounces becomes plus 25%. So that would not be 4 ounces, it'd be like 3.75 roughly, but you get the gist here, all right? Here are just some extra examples here, what we can be doing, all right? And that's really it, just to keep it very, very simple. We're talking about fruit servings. Again, 1 serving equals 1.5 of these. Okay, so a fruit serving would actually be 1.5. So we're talking a baseball and a mouse, which would be a fruit serving here. So as we're heading down here, this basically just digs in a little bit deeper, talking about, well, okay, what's a serving of fruit, what's a serving of complex carbs, and what's a serving of veggies? So 1 serving of fruit is going to be 1.5 to 3 pieces, or 1.5 to 3 cups, and that's going to be for berries or for fruit. And again, this is quite a range right here, right? It's almost doubling it. But again, the method that we're using is actually based upon time. So if you have a fruit component in your particular meal, it's going to be somewhere between 1.5 cups and 3 cups, depending upon your body size, depending upon the needs of your metabolism. Now, a double serving of fruit, if your meal is calling for that, which several of ours do, equals, say, 2.5 to 6 cups. Now, it sounds like a lot here, but 6 cups basically could be, say, 3 bananas and some blueberries and some strawberries in a smoothie, and that's 6 cups, I mean, believe it or not, of fruit. So it adds up very, very quickly here. Now, 1 serving of complex carbohydrates, we're talking about. For women, we're talking about 1/2 cup cooked. For men, we're talking 3/4 of a cup cooked. And veggies, we're talking 1 cup cooked. So there it is right there. So basically, if we're looking for men for complex carbohydrates, we're taking 3/4 of a cup. So we're taking a mouse plus a golf ball. All right. For veggies, we're taking the baseball right here, and so on and so forth. For 1 serving of fruit, we're taking up to 3 baseballs worth. So basically, that's 3 apples, right? And that's how the serving size eyeball method works. Very simplistic. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about food tracking here. Oh man, you know, food tracking is an essential accountability partner. That's really the best way to put it. It's an essential accountability partner for you, because if we know we need to write it down, we have more accountability towards it. We have more commitment to it. And that's really just so important to realize, and why I recommend writing everything down that you eat. It's the same reason I write down every single exercise, every single routine, every single set, every single rep that I do during my workouts, because it holds me accountable. It makes it so that I know I'm going to be looking at that book next time I do a workout similar to this, and I want to make sure I can see the detail so I can at least do what I was doing, or I can actually shoot for the moon and go for improvement during that particular time. This also actually allows us to see what was working for us, because you'll see we're going to be rating our mood and our energy levels each of these particular days, so it allows us to look back and say, wow, my mood and my energy level that particular day was great. Now maybe something was going on, you know, emotionally or financially or with your relationships or another area of life that knocked that off. But it's something that you'll see patterns over time, and you'll be able to base your behaviors off of that. So let's dig in a little bit here, and we're going to talk about exactly how this is set up. And it's very simplistic, and I only need to go through 1 day of it here. So you're going to put the date down. So of course you can print these off. You're going to put whatever day it is down. You're going to circle the day of the week. Did you do exercise that particular day? If you didn't, just put no. If you did, you put your time right there. How many ounces of water did you drink? Put it right there. Then we're going to be heading over to meal 1, time. So we want to put our time down. What time did we eat? Because meal timing is a big thing. We might say, wow, my energy was really high, you know, today. And it's because I ate just like I was supposed to every 2.5 hours. Whereas over here, man, my energy was really low today. You know, but I ate my first meal on time, and then I was late by about 2 hours on my second meal, and I was late on my third meal, and it just kind of fell apart from there. So you can see what things are causing your depletion of energy right there. Okay, so again, meal 1, what time did you do it? And then what components did you eat, and what condiments did you eat? So I had 3 ounces of chicken, I had a cup of this, I had an apple, I had 1 orange, and I had some 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, whatever it may be, okay? Now, I will say the ounces of water, this can accumulate throughout the day, so you might actually have a couple different, things down here. You know what? I put 24 down here. I put 48 down here. I put 64. I hit 128. That's when I hit my gallon. You know what I mean? So that's usually how I do that. But the rest of it works the exact same way. Meal 2, what time did you do it? What components did you have, and what condiments? I had fish. I had 3 ounces of fish. I had a banana. I had a half of a grapefruit, and I had a cup of asparagus, and then I had 0 condiments or whatever it might be. You're filling in all the meals per day. Meal 3, it was a protein shake. I did it at this time. I put a banana in it, a couple blueberries, and I put this and that and protein and so on and so forth, and that's what that was. You know, continue throughout the rest of the day. Now, when we get to the end of the day, we're going to actually now rate our mood and our energy. This comes after we do all 6 meals. So overall, today my mood was on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, okay? And on a scale of 1 to 10 for my energy level, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what was my energy level like today? And that is it. And then it's all about consistency, being consistent and doing this over and over again. We never get amazing results doing something incredible like this one time. We get amazing results by doing something incredible like this over and over and over and over again, repeatedly and consistently, and that yields the result that we're looking for. So there is the food tracking right there. Now let's talk about bonus meals. Bonus meals. So I'm just going to dive into this really quickly because we have a 90-10 rule, and then we also have an 80-20 rule. So 90-10 means that you are eating super clean 90% of the time, and you are having your, say, treats or cheat meals or bonus meals, whatever, that's what we call them here, 10% of the time. Whereas this one is you're eating super clean 80% of the time, and 20% of the time you're doing bonus meals throughout the week. Okay, so here's what it looks like. 90-10 rule is what your diet looks like. This is 4 bonus meals or drinks per week. Okay, and this is just a quick sample of exactly how it could look. Okay, and we kind of just base this upon, well, generally people are going to want to let loose a little bit on the weekend here. Now, this could be whatever day of the week you want it to be. You'll see we were dead on Monday. We were dead on Tuesday. We did have one bonus meal or drink on Wednesday. Okay, for meal number 3, I did a bonus meal at wherever it was. All right, I went to Ruby Tuesdays and got whatever, a burger. Okay. Great. Then on Saturday we did dinner. We went out with the family, and then I did have a drink as well. You know what I mean, for my meal 6 or whatever it was. And then on Sunday I had a piece of pizza or whatever it was for dinner. There's what your week was, and now you know that is basically what 90-10 is going to look like. It's going to be 4 meals throughout the week when we're talking about doing 6 meals per day, 7 days per week. So I'm just going to go through this detail, even though we kind of just went through it here. But what does on mean? What does on mean? This means that every component, such as your servings of fruit, vegetables, and proteins, are being followed for that meal. I'm talking on means to the T. If you're following any program, whether it be mine or anything else, being on means that you are dead on. You are following it to the T. Everything that you are supposed to be doing is being done. What does off mean? So off means, and we're talking in this particular structure, off means that you are doing a bonus meal, which is still portion control. I want to be very clear on that. So just because we're talking, oh, I had a burger here like I did, for example, it doesn't mean I had 6 burgers. We're still talking portion control here, because if you still want to be moving towards your goals, we need to have control with this. We can't just say, hey, that means I can eat whatever I want, as much as I want during this meal 3, and then eat meal 4, 5, and 6. Because how do I know if I overate this meal 3? Well, if you're not able to eat meal 4, 5, and 6. Okay, if you just have, say, a burger, for example, and I'm not talking like a huge burger. Maybe it was only a half a burger that you had because it was a giant burger. But if you did that and you're still able to eat meal 4, 5, and 6, then good, you did it right. All right, but we're talking serving sizes, the portion sizes. This is, again, your bonus meal, which is still portion controlled, but does not follow the recommended components. So yes, you can do a burger and some fries, but it still needs to be a portion control. It's still, if you're supposed to be having 3 ounces of meat, it wants to be 3 ounces of a burger, that type of thing. So what is a bonus meal? So this is a meal that is not following the recommended components being like, say, fruit, veggies, complex carbohydrates, lean proteins. So it's not following the recommended components for that meal, but staying close to the required portions, just like we talked about. So what is a bonus drink? A bonus drink is basically 12 ounces of a regular beer, say 5% alcohol for that beer. 8 to 9 ounces of malt liquor. You can read that, of course, 7%. 5 full ounces of wine, which is going to be roughly about 12% alcohol. 3 to 4 ounces of fortified wine, which is like a 17%. I don't even know this stuff. I didn't even know that this stuff existed on here, to tell you the truth. I know we were gathering it, but this is my first time seeing it. 2 to 3 full fluid ounces of basically liquor, right? 1 to 5 fluid ounces of brandy or cognac, basically like an 80% shot. That's 40% alcohol. So what is better for you for a bonus meal? What is better for you, a bonus meal or a bonus drink? Typically a meal, every person is going to respond a little bit differently to this. It depends. Did you overeat or did you overdrink? I think that is really the most important component here. If we're just having a meal and I had a giant, a burger and there was a serving of fries, I cut the burger in half. I had half that and I had some fries. That was my meal. I'm good to go. I didn't overstuff myself whatsoever. I would say that would be relatively equivalent to, I had a beer, you know what I mean? But if you have 2 or 3 or 4 beers, that's when things get going awry. And when you complete that burger, when you eat the entire burger instead of half, and you eat all the fries and your stuff, that's when things start to go down south here. So there it is right there. There's your 90%. Now let's pull in the 80%. 80% is the exact same thing, but now we're talking 8 bonus meals or drinks throughout the week. Okay, so that's pretty lenient right there. It means 80% of the time you're on, 20% of the time you're doing bonus meals. All right, we don't have to go through any of this at the bottom here, but this is what this is talking about. Again, we're talking a measured meal. So the components might be off, but your serving sizes, your portion control wants to be followed here. So let's just say Wednesday evening, you did a meal with the family and you went out, went out with your spouse and you had a drink. Okay, great. Then on Thursday, you had a meal right here. You know what I mean? Whatever it was. And then on Friday, you had one for lunch. You had lunch with your team or whatever it may be. And then on Saturday night, you did another meal with the family and had a drink with your spouse. And then, you had breakfast with your family on Sunday morning. And you also had, something at night with your family as well. And that was your 80-20. That was 8 times throughout the week you were able to have that leniency. You can spread it however you'd like it. And again, as long as the portion controls are in play, you're going to be able to progress how you want. Now, is 80-20 going to get you there faster than 90-10? No, 90-10 is going to get you there faster. Is 100% going to get you there faster than 90-10? Yes, absolutely. But this is about lifestyle. This is about actually creating something that's sustainable for us over a long period of time. And many of us need this. I need this. I require this. What works best for me, though, is to actually plan it out and make sure that I'm in control of it. When I plan it out and I know what's happening on Wednesday for meal 3, I know what's happening on Saturday for meal 5 and 6, and I know what's happening on Sunday for meal 5. I know that in advance, then I can actually have my targets. I can work super hard towards Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, work my butt off, get there, and then I'll be able to enjoy it and then get right back on my plan because I succeeded, I prepared for it, I worked for it, I made it, I enjoyed it. And then I got right back on, and now it was all part of the plan, and I followed it, and now I'm in control. That's the most important thing, is that we have that sense of control. So there it is right there, everyone. We went over serving size, we went over meal tracking, and we went over our bonus meals. Hope you got a ton out of that today. It's your coach, Trev Bucheri here. You have an incredible rest of your day. Take care.